So my daughter's a nursing student in London, and she was talking about, I guess something had gone on where there had been a big party, and basically everybody at the party, oh no, it was anti-maskers. There was an anti-maskers rally in London, and strangely enough, pretty much 100 of them ended up with COVID. So the nursing students and the nurses at just in general in London who have, have their, I don't know if they have to do this same Hippocratic oath that we all hear about in the media, but that they're supposed to be, taking care of them. Like, yeah, I'll save your life, but you're an asshole. How do you, it's like when I went into our health shop, and it's shop SHOPPE because that kind of shop. I went in for my stevia, and they've got and this is like in the summer, and they've got like a little petitioning for not wearing masks. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm at a health shop.
Yeah.
What is going on? And then I realized, oh yeah, we're at the same health shop where people believe that crystals can heal you.
Right.
I have to say, I don't understand the anti-mask sentiment. I do understand the anti-lockdown sentiment because I think there's a debate.
We all do.
About economics. But the mask
I have a debate about being stuck with my fucking teenage daughters for fucking 6 months.
Right.
Fuck economics, man.
The mask thing I don't understand. The mask thing I don't understand because even if you're unclear about the science, surely the safest thing is, even if you're unclear about the science, you put the mask on just in case you're wrong. Right?
No, but that assumes that people care. That assumes that people are not selfish. And the interesting thing, there are a couple of people within my social circle that on social media will post shit that makes me gasp. It's so ignorant. And as much as I want to, do that, you're fucking ignorant and I hate you and you know nothing. Send.
Like what? Like what? Can you give me an example? Like how ignorant? Because I have no people.
So basically passing on information and attributing it to it. This came from an ER nurse, and she's wondering what the end game is. And so what does this mean? And these people were going to die anyway. Like, sure, they're old, they're infirm, but like...
But some of them aren't. But here's the thing. Some of them aren't. There have been this young man who's on fucking Broadway, healthy as fuck. And on Broadway,
but the more important thing is that it doesn't matter if they're old. Do these old people not deserve another year of life?
Mm-hmm.
Decade of life? My granny lived to be 103. So basically, if she was, 80 now and kicked off because of COVID, well, she was old.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing, too.
Man, that's my granny. She deserves to live for as long as she possibly can.
But here's also the thing.
Mentality. Sorry, Andrew. It's just that mentality and that selfishness, that it's all about you and how inconvenienced you are without contemplating. And this is why I was forgiving this person on social media, is that I don't think she has people who are elderly in her life. She doesn't have grandparents. She doesn't have elderly aunts or uncles that she cares about. So for her, it's this actual lack that she doesn't have those relationships. So she doesn't care because it does not directly affect her.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And here's the thing, and I'm sorry I have to close this out because we gotta go. But here's the thing that people don't quite get, because you're right, people are selfish. And here's the truth. The vast majority of people who get COVID will not get sick. Absolutely true. But if you do get sick, you have to go to the hospital. If enough people get sick, then there's an overwhelming amount of people going to the hospital needing only a certain amount of very, very specific care. And eventually, if enough people get sick, doctors are looking at you saying who's going to live, who's going to die, because there aren't enough respirators. And then you're stacked literally in a hospital hallway or outside of a hospital, literally waiting to die.
Yeah, the entire hospital turns into an ER.
Yes.
And it affects other people too, right? Because anyone who has other surgeries, they don't get the medical attention they need because now those resources are, and it just on and on it goes, right?
So yeah, chances are you're not going to die. Absolutely. But if you do get sick, you threaten all of us. And on that note, no, let's have something happy before we leave. Say something.
I will say this, and I can understand your confusion on her name, because it probably would be Daring, Jody Daring, but if you were doing it properly in Dutch, it would be Daring, because the OE is an A, Daring. I will say this, to Heather's point, if taking the oath doesn't mean you would need to be good, and I would hope that your daughter, when she's assisting these people who caught COVID, who just bared out there and just went, who cares, and got it. I hope that she delivers all the care that she can and make them as comfortable and healthy as possible. But as she's leaving the bedside, just goes, yeah, there you go, buddy. I hope you like that.
And by the way,
Yeah.
and on that happy note, I'd like to say thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Take care. Wash those hands, wear those masks, and we'll see you next week.